only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay?
To remember
Would it be
that moment when Nafessa and Michael first came into your lives, at whatever age it was, at whatever time it was in your lives, and the impact they've had on you. Reflect on your connection to them and bring it also, that lived memory, into this time and this place. And as they prepare to make their promises to each other, to hold your very best wishes for them, to bring to mind your own particular prayer, your blessing, your highest wish for the two of them, and hold that tenderly in your hearts. And we sit in circle to create a sense of surround, to envelop, to hold Michael and Nafessa in this place. So send that their way. We'll just have a moment of silence for that. Michael and Nafessa absorb and let in what is coming to you. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Feel the delicious heat on your skin and know the sun has shone on your ancestors and will shine on your children. We love the moment in a seeming stillness, the breath in the body of the loved one sleeping, the highest leaves in a silent wood, and a great migration in the skies above, the waters of the earth, the blood in the body, the first soft stir in the silence beneath a strident voice, the internal hands of our mind always searching for touch, thoughts seeking other thoughts, seeking other minds, the great arrival of form through all our hidden themes. And this breath in this body, able just for a moment to give and to take, to ask and be told, to find and be found, to bless and be blessed, to hold and be held. We are all a sunlit moment come from a long darkness. What moves us always comes from what is hidden. What seems to be said so suddenly has lived in the body for a long, long time. Our life, like a breath then, a give and a take, a bridge, a central movement between singing a separate self and learning to be selfless. One of the deep recognitions in watching the two of you come together is that this moment is but an articulation and embodying of what's come before. And as you so beautifully stated as the theme of the weekend, love is a journey. It's not a destination, not an achievement, although certainly something to be celebrated. And we stand where land meets sea, where the sky meets the sea, and where Michael and Nafessa come to meet each other again. We are creatures, each of us, of ground. We need ground as anchoring to step from, and we need towards in our futures together. And I remember when Michael and Nafessa first met, and the happiness, and also a bit of trepidation and the awe that comes with that, because what happens when one meets another is a fundamentally seismic shift, a reorientation in that shared horizon. So I think in that moment you should be a little scared, a little in awe, brought to ground by something larger and all of the possible anticipation that comes with it. And so we stand or sit encircling them, grounding them, holding this shared horizon that they look out towards together. And so not only are their fates entwined, but so are ours as well. Extend your sense to be literally surrounded, to be held up by the earth as it has been since your first moments, when your parents saw you walking your first steps, and the air that's always been here for you to breathe. And I'm going to invite you into the first I do's. Nafessa, do you happily make the decision with a full heart to join your lives, to fulfill your dreams, to embrace adventures, and to create memories together? Of course. And do you, Michael? Actually, is there a mic handy for this, just so you can hear that? I'll borrow that from you. Let's hear that I do again.
Of course.
Of course. The beautiful, of course. And Michael, do you happily make the decision with a full heart to join your lives, to fulfill your dreams, to embrace adventures, and the random music that's entering the ceremony, and to create memories together?
Abso-stinking-lutely.
And I have an all y'all moment, as I've been learning from David. So do y'all happily witness with all of your senses and your open hearts this joining of lives? And you say, we do. All right. And do you all promise to support them in the fulfillment of their dreams, to counsel, support, and be there for the challenges of life as well as the goofy moments? Thank you. So look around, both for the two of you and of each other. We've been getting to behold this amazing community that is so delightfully international. I've heard a rumor that there are some 18 languages spoken amongst the people here, and of every faith, Christian, Ismaili, Hindu, Buddhist, Jewish, Quaker, Jain, Baha'i, atheist, agnostic. This representation of part of the human family that they have invited in. And is it any wonder, given that we are their chosen community, that they have such a large and wide circle of concern for what it means to be part of this human race? They've chosen a number of poems, snippets, quotes that reflect aspects of love, things that have spoken to them, aspects of their love for one another, from a range of different choices and sources. And so I'd like to invite each of you, as you're listening to those, to let yourselves be like still water. And as people speak those quotes, let it land and see how it lands and ripples in your being.
Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Lao Tzu.
Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. 1 Corinthians 4:13.
Piglet said, "How do you spell love?" Pooh replied, "You don't spell it. You feel it." Winnie the Pooh.
Genuine love is the only commodity that can be given away endlessly without ever running out. Author unknown.
Even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the sky. Hafiz.
I love you so much, except when you snore, and then I just want to punch you in the face. Poet unknown.
And even when you want to punch me in the face, when I look at you, I feel it. And when I look at you, I feel at home. Dory, Finding Nemo.
कसम से जितना प्यार मैं तुम्हें अब करता हूँ, इससे और ज़्यादा प्यार मैं तुम्हें नहीं कर सकता. लेकिन मुझे पता है कि कल की सूर्योदय के साथ मैं तुम्हें और भी ज़्यादा प्यार करूँगा. I swear I couldn't love you more than I do right now. And yet I know that when the sun rises tomorrow, I somehow will. Leo Christopher.
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in life? How about love? Measure your life in love. Rent.
The minute I heard my first love story, I started looking for you, not knowing how blind that was. Lovers don't finally meet somewhere. They're in each other all along. Rumi.
The definition of love. Giving them the last piece of cake, no matter how much you want it.
All the treasures of this life, all the fame, wealth, and health it can bring, are nothing beside the happiness which is created and sustained by the love of one human being for another. Sultan Muhammad Shah.
I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. Paulo Coelho.
A true partner is one who encourages you to look deep inside yourself for the beauty and love you've been seeking. Thich Nhat Hanh.
You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. Dr. Seuss.
We're all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness and call it love, true love. Robert Fulghum.
They told me to make her fall in love, I had to make her laugh. Trouble is, every time she laughs, I'm the one that falls in love. Tommaso Ferraris.
I think the very range of that collection, Dr. Seuss, Thich Nhat Hanh, representative of the range of our community and also of the ways that they have of expressing love and feeling love and seeing their love for one another. And we come shortly to their vows that have already begun to be lived in their bodies and in their beings, spoken into the clear air to be witnessed, and how, in a sense, you're already speaking what you've already known in your hearts and are finding the words for, just so that we can all hear them together. I'll do one last poem before I hand it off to you. There is a faith in loving fiercely the one who is rightfully yours, especially if you waited years, and especially if a part of you never believed you could deserve this loved and beckoning hand held out to you this way. I'm thinking of faith now, and the testaments of loneliness and what we feel we are worthy of in this world. Years ago in the Hebrides, I remember an old man who walked every morning on the gray stones, the shore baying seals, who would press his hat to his chest in the blustering rain and say his prayer to the turbulent Jesus hidden in the water. And I think of the story and of the storm and everyone waking and seeing the distant familiar figure far across the water, calling to them, and how we're all preparing for that wakening, that calling, and that moment when we have to say yes. Except it will not come so grandly, so biblically, but more subtly and more intimately in the face of the one you know you have to love. So that when we finally step out of that boat, towards them we find that everything holds us. Everything confirms our courage. And if you wanted to drown, you could, but you don't. Because finally, after all the struggle and all the years, you don't want to anymore. You've had enough of drowning, and you want to live, and you want to love, and you will walk across any territory, however fluid and however dangerous, to take the one hand that you know belongs in yours.
Michael, I have always been a hopeless romantic. I grew up watching Hollywood and Bollywood movies. Imagine the unrealistic expectations that creates in someone's head. So I built an image of how the perfect romance would look. And then I met you, and you rewrote my opinion of what love should be. You have given me better love than anything I could have ever even begun to imagine or even knew existed. Every single day, you, without fail, amaze me. Every single day, I am consciously thankful to have you in my life. And yes, even on those days that you leave your shoes in the middle of the floor and I trip on them. Don't laugh about it. Michael Williams, you are truly the most incredible human being I have ever met. You are always deeply kind and generous. You are smart and entrepreneurial. You are great at anything you put your mind to. You use that intellect to focus on self-growth and to generate further understanding of the world and people around you. The strength in your vulnerability and humility, especially in an age where men are taught this is a weakness, is one of your most powerful attributes. No matter what hardships the universe has thrown at you, you choose to truly believe in the good of people, to love those around you, to see the perspectives of other sides, and to laugh. My goodness, do you know how to enjoy your one beautiful life? For me, your true, authentic, unconditional love has allowed me to fully realize my whole self. A self that was pushed down out of fear that I would never be good enough. That love you hold so powerfully, your belief in me, has supported me to be myself for the first time in my life. I now own my strengths like never before, and for the first time in adulthood, I believe in my own personal power and value. I live life with so much more joy and confidence because of you. So to you I vow to be fully open to every experience and adventure that comes our way, to be present in the moments, and to know that whatever the future brings, it will be okay because we're in it together. That as we continue to evolve as individuals, I will ensure that we grow, always grow with and towards each other. To always appreciate and never take advantage of your unconditional love and kindness. To defend you when you don't defend yourself. To laugh with you and play with you. And to let you fall asleep on my lap while watching a movie and scratching your head. And I vow to give you a detailed summary of what happened in that movie the next day. And to close, I'll quote Rumi. I love you neither with my heart nor with my mind. My heart might stop. My mind can forget. I love you with my soul because my soul never stops or forgets. So I vow to love you with all my soul.
Janu man, मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ. Here we are, the day we say I do. Take a second and look around at all these people. Really, look around.
I'm doing that.
It's really happening right now. It's overwhelming, right? All this work, all this energy, all the love, the arguments, the laughter, the dance practices, the edits of all those spreadsheets, 67 versions of the same one. Here we are. You know, while I lived in Colorado, I used to sit for hours beside a river. It was at this place I felt most connected to God, to the world, to everything. Literally, hours and hours would go by, and I wouldn't even know it. Then one day I saw this amazing woman, and I even wrote about her in my journal. The funny thing is, as we got to know each other, and I began feeling the same feelings as I would when I sat next to this river. My soul was at peace. When I look into your eyes, I feel seen. I see your soul, and it makes me feel complete. So being our crazy and in love selves, we embarked on a journey of a lifetime, a year traveling the world. I think we learned a lot about each other and about ourselves. We drove each other crazy. We had incredible fun. We gained more weight than either of us had ever in our life. We went to 16 countries and didn't part each other's side for more than 4 hours on the entire trip. Did I mention that we drove each other crazy? Janu? I knew we were going to last during one of our fights. I was so mad, so frustrated, and so hangry. But I got lost in your eyes and was filled with that peace. We have learned what it means to have a secure, functioning relationship. We have learned how to love each other even when we are heightened or triggered. We recover well. We love well. And we have so much fun. And after it all, we still choose each other. And it is a pure and absolute honor to stand here today where I choose you, all of you, quirks and all, to be my wife. Now, I know this choice also comes with some very important commitments. So I promise to always tell great and the same dad jokes over and over again. I promise to fall asleep during every movie we watch after 9 p.m., especially when you're scratching my head. I promise to kiss you before we part and when we reunite. I promise to always adventure with you. I promise to seek wholeness and to create safe spaces for us to be our true selves. I promise to love all of you exactly as you are. No changes needed. I promise to always protect your courage. I promise to always acknowledge and remind you that you are always right 50% of the time. I promise to always honor, respect, engage, and learn with you as we seek spiritual truths. I love you.
I would now like to invite up Courtney and Bilkis.
Michael, as you place the ring on Nafessa's finger, please repeat after me. Nafessa, as I place this ring on your finger,
Nafessa, as I place this ring on your finger,
may it always remind you of my never-ending love.
may it always remind you of my never-ending love.
And may it always remind me of the precious treasure I have in you.
And may it always remind me of the precious, Nafessa, treasure I have in you.
Wear this ring with joy.
Wear this ring with joy.
For your love has made me complete.
For your love has made me complete.
Nafessa, as you place this ring on Michael's finger, please repeat after me. Michael, I give you this ring.
Michael, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my love to you.
As a symbol of my love to you.
Just as this band encircles your finger.
Just as this band encircles your finger.
May you always feel encircled by my love.
May you always feel encircled by my love.
Wear this ring with joy.
Wear this ring with joy.
For your love has made me complete.
For your love has made me complete.
I'd like you to repeat after me. Now listen for the wording. We now pronounce you wife and husband on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We all pronounce you wife and husband. Almost.
I don't want to.
Nafessa, you may now kiss your husband.
Yeah.
Woo!